This is how I get Steve to do all the work. I'm adjusting the camera. Thank you, Santa! That's like 2 desks worth. This is crazy. Oh! Will I look online and actually look for any sort of help whatsoever? Or door number 2, will I just start plowing in and figuring things out as I go? But no, I choose door number 1, the proper door. I'm like a big grown-up now. Maybe Kate will sort it out. Nope. Well, hello there. So, since the last episode, we basically had a cage. We had it sitting there ready, waiting for the call to come, if the call was going to come. And then one morning, I got a text. Okay, where are we going? Burbank. When are we going? Right now. So Steve called up and said, hey, I have some parts for you. How big is your monster truck? And now we're going to start seeing what bits we can scramble and put together to make this new venture work. Okay, we've arrived at New Wave Entertainment. And there's young Steve. Okay, what room are we in, Steve?
I have no idea. It's the storeroom.
It's the storeroom. There's bits, and this is like where it looks like semi-repair, semi-bench testing going on here,
yeah.
And then a whole bunch of parts over here. Ay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, obviously there are some bits that I need to keep.
Right, okay.
Okay. The other thing we've really got to work out is the fact that if you take some stuff and all of a sudden
you need it,
I need it
that's
back
fine.
again.
That's fine. That's a gentleman's agreement there. That's all good.
As long as we agree that
No.
if all of a sudden, let's say
Well, this is live, by the way, so that, you know.
If all of a sudden I call up and say, hey shit, I need one of those monitors back
That's
again.
totally fine.
You know, there's more than enough metal work there.
Right.
But you know, once we've gone resolve here,
Yeah.
then
It's not necessary.
it's not necessary.
Right. Am I getting one of these?
Yeah, well,
Fantastic.
you've got the parts, I believe, to get one running. Yeah, so you've got this one here. What does it say? What does it say? It says redo bad. Oh, the redo button is bad. So it works other than the redo button.
Okay, no, this is all part of the thing. This is great.
So, now I couldn't find out what it was, so it probably means the chip that drives it is
All right,
buggered.
gotcha, okay. So it's SMC stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's all right.
Okay.
I have the tools for that. You could drive tanks and stuff. You could have had a military job. Or at least a truck driver. There you go.
As far as trying to protect some of it, we'll do our best, but we really don't have all the equipment that we really need to
No, that's okay.
fully protect it.
I'll figure it out. I've got some towels in the car.
Okay, so let's get the monitors out of the way first, because these are the ones with these little hinges on, which are a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. This is how I get Steve to do all the work. I'm adjusting the camera.
Well, that was a worthwhile text message then.
It was,
wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Done. Oh, I'm going to see you again for another couple of months.
Wow, man. What can I say, dude? This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I've got to go and build it now.
Well, look, I'm glad you're sorted. Chris, really.
Cheers,
come in.
brother.
Be good. Be good.
I'll do my best, mate.
Okay.
And I'll be in touch. There'll be questions. Thank you, Santa. Alrighty. What do we have here? We have this is Christmas. I have a car full of Fairlight parts. My God, that's like 2 desks worth. This is crazy. Okay. Oh, you're gonna help me with this? Is your workout? Yeah. All right, Ronan has. Hi. All right, we're here, and it's so bright. And we now have to unload the car. Isn't that right, Ronan?
Yes,
This is my goodly son, Ronan. We have a car full of Fairlight. Have a look. all underneath all of that stuff. It might not look like, actually looks less right now, but it's a lot. That, you can take that upstairs, that'd be lovely. You might want to cradle it underneath. All right, just don't drop it. What's underneath the blanket here? Oh. And more. Holy moly. Wow, 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 wow.
What does this do?
And then there's fader banks on each side. Wow, 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 wow. All right, so there's a lot of parts, a lot. And they're kind of looks like they've replaced them as they've been going along. Circa 2012 to 2016 being the newest parts, I'm not sure. Because I think when Blackmagic bought, it was in 2015, I think they had parts for a little while. So, but they've been previously, they've been used every single day, just working all day. So some parts, like the faders, kind of worn out. Some of the buttons might be, needing clean out, and they might be getting sticky. The normal stuff. They've been previously loved. Oh wow. So one thing I do need to figure out is how to put this all together. Now, will I look for some technical installation manuals? Will I look online and actually look for any sort of help whatsoever? Or door number 2, will I just start plowing in and figuring things out as I go? Alrighty. Here we go again. Let's have a look at the bits first. Now figure out where we're going to plug this in, where things are going to plug in. I don't know anything yet. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some bits of wood to lay these things on and use this as my kind of operating table. Alright? Let's do that first. Okay, that's one of the mixing things upside down, sitting there, like that. Now, if I lay this, if I can, yes I can. No, can I? No, I don't want to do that. A lot of these are sticky and they don't move. They have to be replaced. So Steve has given me some other ones where on this one, other parts are missing, but it says down there, good faders, right? And we know that he knows that part of this one isn't working and part of this one isn't working, and they'll both be able to make a good one. You've got monitors that he tells me same thing. So from all of these bits, and there are a fair number of bits to go into this empty shell here, that we'll be able to get one going. Just a heads up here. There might be a lot of components in there, but there are lots of key missing things. I don't have an audio processor. I don't have a PC. There's also a thing called a crystal core card that I need. There's so many things that I don't have. So, just to keep our feet on the floor. So let's have a little look at the actual building blocks of this machine. First up on this machine, there's the bay, the actual bay. This is a 3.1 bay, not a 3. The 0.1 is like this little extra space for the mouse and also where the automation panel goes. On each side of where you sit are 2 fader banks with 12 faders in each. Alongside those, there are the multifunction knobs which allow you to control things like EQ, dynamics, and a bunch of other stuff. This panel in the middle is a monitoring panel and allows you to conduct things like checking out your phase of your monitors. So also you can very quickly select buses for soloing, so you can listen to individual stems and things like that. Very handy. Now this panel here is fantastic. It's kind of like a little mini Stream Deck, but from 10 years before Stream Deck existed. It allows you to have macros, they're little picture screens just like on a Stream Deck, and this one component really speeds up working. What's amazing about this little unit is that it's actually a PC all by itself. It's a little self-contained little unit. It's even got a little HDMI port, which I don't know what that's used for. And in the middle is the Zenergy panel, which is now called the Fairlight Audio Editor. And it's really the command center for this whole thing. Again, it's kind of like a Stream Deck. It's laid out like a keyboard, but with Stream Deck buttons. And it also has this beautiful rotary encoder, which it's got a beautiful weight to it. Which allows you to jog around the screen. And it's also got some rotary encoders and a main screen in the middle. It is the centerpiece of all of this. So, lots to figure out. Let's do it slow. I did actually just plug in some of these cables, But there's another batch over there, and I feel that I'll need to make another set of these cables at some point, or scrounge Steve for some more. But what I wanted to do is get this thing plugged in and just see what happens when it switches on. Wow, that's handy. Now I saw this power supply plugs into there. And then the rest is this little weird edge power supply, which I'll just grab the nearest one. And it goes in there. It really doesn't look like enough power. Okay. Can you see everything? Can you see things? That board has power. And this is flashing blue. Apparently that's a good sign. What do you do now? Of course, you plug in something else. Oh, right, boom. Network connection here and here, and power here and here. Let's do that. Here. Oh, it's so weird because it's kind of sitting on itself. Let's just power it on and see what happens. Oh, they're blinking here and here, and these are two separate sets, which is a good sign. That says I'm alive, I'm being talked to. There's a bunch of green lights on the back. It really feels like I just need to screw these things in. I think what I need to do is find a way of standing this up and getting it connected. Let's try and do that next. The whole thing comes out easy. That's the way I'm gonna do it. Right? I'm gonna unplug this, and instead of it being in a weird place, it'll at least be connected together with something that is right. Get a screwdriver first. Wow, flatheads, eh? This might not even work, who knows? I literally don't know. There you can see I'm sweating like... Maybe we do this then. Now that we've got this, look at that. It's actually what it was for. So we can check it out and see if it's okay. Holy moly, all right. And then I do this. And then this will be the interesting part. If I put this down now, what happens? What does it look like? That goes down there. Kind of just bring all these cables that away. Are we all good? We are all good. I need to get my laptop and I need to get it plugged in here and then do the Fairlight discover the panels shenanigans and see what happens. Okay, so I have no idea this is going to work. I'm going to power this on. I have absolutely no reason to feel that it would actually work. Not that I'm someone who assumes things will work the first time. Okay, so it turns out I was using the wrong setup thing. Just spoke to Steve. So now I'm going to run this software, which is Fairlight Setup Utility. It sees them. Two different things. Desktop, Evo. Okay, I ran this program, and now if you see, I'm going to test the faders. Alrighty, I'm going to go over here. At this point, even though I didn't have a reference, it was pretty clear that this was out of spec. Looks like we have some stickiness going on there. And I shouldn't be wasting time screwing in these panels into the desk for them only not to be right. So I've got to find a way of testing these faders and kind of not put the cart before the horse. This one's more healthy. This one was having issues. Oops. Come on now, Sleepy. Okay, so a lot of the panels were like this. A lot of unknowns. A lot of some bits are good, some bits are bad. It's very typical with all this wear and tear going on over the years. So it's time for me to really slow down and to get an understanding of which components are good and which need attention. I'll make a good pile and a bad pile. So immediate next steps, find 24 good faders, the ones that move smoothly, they don't stick and they don't bounce. Then I have to assemble 2 good fader panels. I'm going to test the panels in the console then mark, remove, and then replace them until I get a full set. And then I've got to get the center console working, the Fairlight audio editor, and I have to cobble together parts to get that working. On those panels there are mute, solo buttons, and the pan pots. Those are the ones that would have been worked most and will probably need the most attention. And I've also got to choose the best screens. There are 3 screens, they're all touch. And lastly, don't get carried away. What do I mean by don't get carried away? Well, if you've ever seen my I'm Building a Fairlight CMI series, you'll know that I'm sometimes a little bit impulsive and sometimes make things a little bit worse by not slowing down. This time, I'm going to try and be a little bit more adult. Be patient, Chris. Nope, not being patient. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Dude, you're reading it backwards, you idiot! This leads into larger milestones. I've got to get everything physically connected properly with all the cabling on the inside, and therefore get all the networking cables connected properly. I've got to install a version of all the working panels and make sure that they're all good. Then I have to get the right kind of PC to run the software, and then install the hardware, and then get the software. Ah, my goodness. And then I've got to get a Fairlight CC card to put inside that PC for it to work. And then on top of that, I need to get a rack mounted, either the SX20, the SX36, or the 48, which is the one I'd want, to get the whole thing working. And overall, on a bigger note, I've got to make the studio functional. It's turning into a proper studio build. So therefore, I'll have to put isolation in and get a proper rack to mount everything in, because those things are going to be noisy. So there's lots more to do than just putting it all together and hoping for the best. It's work and it's fun. So I was kind of proud of myself. A typical Blythe move here would have been to totally jump in, start plugging everything else in together, and really just get myself in a mess, you know. But no, I choose door number 1, the proper door. I'm like a big grown-up now. Yes, it's working. Oh, holy shit. Come and see.